Hello everybody and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix playthrough. I will never get over how long that is, and part of me feels like I'm going to probably more hate myself when I eventually manage to do Kingdom Hearts HD Dream Drop Distance. Because that's also quite a long one, and also, you know, Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Final HD Remix Final Chapter Prologue, whatever the hell it is. So that's also ridiculously long. But yes, the Colosseum is back, and what I really like about this run-in to the Colosseum is that it features young Herc, because obviously so much of what we've seen in the other games where Olympus Colosseum has turned up it's just been the same thing time and time again, with kind of big muscly Herc, and while that's totally awesome and totally makes sense and works, it's just nice to have something a little bit different. I mean, the game ultimately does, well, Birth by Sleep ultimately still follows the same key elements as pretty much every other instance when we've been to the Colosseum before, in that there's a tournament that we will be partaking in, but it's okay because it's still quite fun. But also there's the whole thing of having this area, town near Thebes, which is pretty awesome. It's just a big square and doesn't really do anything, but hey, I can live with that. It's something a little bit different. It's not maybe as cool as the Underworld, but it's a little something, and I will take that. The one thing that I'm not necessarily so keen with this rendering of Olympus Colosseum for, however, is the fact that it introduces these bloomin' blighters, who are... I'm just making sure that I've gotten the okay? Yeah, it's a buckle bruiser, I believe. Yeah, it's basically your typical bruiser.
Too much for me.
It's just that it blocks like a large body.
You're pretty tough.
It's not
really
fun.
Handle those things. Are you games?
Good old Josh Keaton
What
reprising
games?
his role as young Herc. Love it.
Games to see who's strongest. One day I'm gonna win them all and become a true hero.
Herc, where are you? Front and center right now, or I'm tacking on another 1,000 laps.
Uh-oh, gotta go. The Colosseum's just up ahead. I hope I get to see you fight there sometime.
A competition. I should find out how strong I really am.
So yeah, basically we've got the delightful tournament situation that we're going to end up in, which, you know, is always fun. Once again, it isn't Danny DeVito voicing Philoctetes. It is, as soon as, you know, I can get to it.
One chump after another. Who's who of Decathlon disasters around here. All I need is one.
Take a while, but hey, cutscene's happening. This is fine.
Wait, dark, moody, powerful. Yes, he's perfect.
This is it.
How sad is this?
Huh?
Pains me to see it. All that power going to waste.
Who are you?
Name is Hades, Lord of the Dead, God of the Underworld, yada yada, how you doing? Hey, let me guess. You're trying to put the kibosh on the darkness inside you. Am I right? Of course I'm right. Well, anyway, bad idea.
Wait, what?
Okay, stay with me. Darkness is inside everybody. Nothing to be ashamed of. You play nice with it, and darkness will be your best friend. But if you go and get all self-conscious and refuse to face it, the darkness will run over you like a debutante at a toga sale. And then where are you? Nowhere. Now me, I look at you, and I see potential. That's right, kid. You got the potential to conquer the darkness inside you. And I'll even give you some pointers. I mean, believe me, if anybody knows conquering, I know conquering.
Well, let's hear it then. How do I conquer the darkness?
Easy. You sign up for the games. I know. Please, Lord Hades, the games. But hey, you would be surprised what you can learn in the heat of battle. And don't worry, I'll be right there to guide you every step of the way. I'm kind of what you'd call an expert in the art of darkness. Oh, decide fast. This is a limited time offer.
So, yes, once again, Terra ends up getting in with the wrong crowd, shall we say. Hades is about and being as smarmy as ever and brilliantly voiced by James Woods. Like, it just makes me smile so much every time I hear him talk. It's great. But yes, as I was going to say before I completely forgot the cutscene occurred, Philoctetes is, as usual in the Kingdom Hearts franchise, voiced by, I believe, Robert Costanzo, who is effectively a voice double for Danny DeVito. Because obviously there's no way in hell they could afford Danny DeVito for this game. I mean, obviously they managed to get Mark Hamill and Leonard Nimoy in it, which, I mean, that's quite big star power, but Danny DeVito's sort of in another league in terms of the paycheck that would be required. So it swings in roundabouts, really, but once, you know, we've picked everything up, like got all of our chests and everything. Ooh! Zantetsuken! I don't know that I've used that move yet. I should probably purchase that so that it's in my, I mean, I know it's a lot of money, but it would be useful to have in my arsenal. Even if I don't use it, because, yeah, part of me is wanting to try and complete my reports, which, you know, is not the smartest move, shall we say, because, you know, I will be there forever. Like a really stupidly long amount of time, and it's probably not the best. It's one of those things where you look at how long something's going to take you to do, and you kind of have to decide whether it's worth it or not. Completing the report in Birth by Sleep, probably not worth it. But hey, you never know. We'll see what occurs. But first off, it is time
tell me how to conquer the darkness?
for a
Hold the
tournament.
chariot horses. You would not believe the bureaucracy involved with these things. Name?
Terra.
Kind of earthy, but all right. Height and weight. What's this? You for a god? Come on, Hades. There, ba-boom. Easy peasy. I sense that you're already starting to get all warm and fuzzy with that darkness inside you. It's sweet, really. And hey, by the time you win the final match here, you'll have figured out how to conquer it for good. And don't worry, anything goes wrong, I'll make it all go away. Service with a smile.
I got it.
So yes, this is basically the same as every instance of a tournament to date in the Colosseum. There is a time limit, we've got to murder the enemies. It's probably more in line with Kingdom Hearts 2's Colosseum than Kingdom Hearts 1's Colosseum. Because I don't think that one had time limits to defeat enemies, it just said defeat the enemies. Whereas this one is timing you on it, which is much more akin to certain stages in Kingdom Hearts 2's Colosseum. It's a bit of a challenge with Terra because there are certain enemies that you're going to be put up against which he's not necessarily got the best move set in order to deal with. However, since I've now gotten Sonic Blade, That's really helpful. And also, Zero Gravera is super helpful as well. Basically, you want moves that can clear quite a range of enemies, but also have that kind of good area of effect, because that way you are going to be much more capable of taking these guys down. Also, the whole thing is that if you are struggling to deal with enemies, then just go outside, level up a bit more. Because as long as you are of a decent level, this is not going to be too bad. I mean, if you're around the level I am right now, so I've just turned level 20, on Proud Mode, yeah, you should be pretty alright. I mean, your ultimate goal is you want to finish the game at around level 35 to level 40. It just depends on how confident you are in your abilities. I think it's... if I recall correctly, I'm going to try and finish Terra's story at around level 40, Ven's at around level 35, and then Aqua's I'm just going to end at whatever level I end up at. Yeah, this particular one is a little bit awful because I hate mandrakes. They're just assholeish enemies that decide, oh, I'm not going to be able to be hurt until you get up close and personal. And these jellyfish are not the best friends either. They're great in the sense of they die really super quickly, but the challenge is that just walking into them hurts you. So they can be a little bit of a nightmare, but we made it through that pretty alright. And Sonic Impact, absolute godsend, because it allows you to slide repeatedly and damage people on your slides. So you definitely want to be equipping that, if you can. But also, I would certainly recommend thinking carefully about the moves that you're going to take into the next 2 fights. I mean, actually, I probably would have been quite good with Zero Gravera because it does work. But hey, I wanted to try a little something else out because I wanted the area of effect stuff for the main Colosseum battles, and then I just wanted to go a little bit more focused, shall we say, for the next fight, which is against a rather recognisable character in the Final Fantasy universe.
That's what I had in mind. But hey, I can improvise. Time for Plan Beta.
Pardon me, coming through. I'm gonna miss my match.
Hello, Plan Beta. Hey, kid!
Huh?
Over here. Come here.
Once I've conquered the darkness in my heart, I'll never have to fear it again.
So, here we have a mysterious soldier, I believe he's called right now, but if you've got any sense, and as we will be told later on, this is Zack Fair of Final Fantasy VII fame. Voice as he has been since Advent Children in 2006, by Rick Gomez.
You can't escape.
And yeah, it's quite a fun fight. Pretty easy right now. You can't really do a whole lot, and as long as you know you run about, just slide out of the way whenever he is getting a little bit too close for comfort, or he's jumping up to do a particular manoeuvre. Get a few Sonic Blades in there if you can, if you've got it, that is. Yeah. Pretty easy fight, but as I'm sure you can probably figure out, it's not quite all of it.
Huh?
Stop it! The match is over!
He was a pushover before. What's gotten into him?
It's not me.
What?
I'm not doing this.
He's being controlled.
So what do you think? You like my new super warrior? See, right here. It's the power of darkness. Could have been yours, still could, if you open up to it.
Hades! You were just playing me!
The darkness will never have me.
Help me. You've gotta set my heart free.
So yes, Zack has been taken over by the darkness that Hades has instilled in him. So he is going to be a lot harder in this run. He's got this maneuver, which is particularly challenging to deal with if you know you get hit by it. So run the hell away if you see him do that charge up maneuver. The other tactic would be get a shock block in if you can. I mean, in fact, shock blocks in general can prove to be quite useful during this fight, and I would definitely recommend making use of them. And also, as you can see, keeping him juggled works a treat. Because then he can't really do a whole lot.
Come on! Take that!
And that was a little bit of a chaotic end to the fight, because he just blew himself up as I got hurt, but it's okay, because we won. I thought I'd lost for a moment there, and it was just like, oh no, that was actually a win. Get in there.
Forget it. It looks like I bet on the wrong dark horse. That kid doesn't have what it takes to handle darkness.
You gonna make it?
Yeah. I'm finally free. Where is...
He's gone.
Man, how could I let a guy like him control me? I'll never live it down. Thanks.
Terra.
Thanks, Terra. I'm Zack. Yep. Definitely. Terra, you're exactly what I pictured a hero would be. Not the way you look. There's something else about you.
Well, I'm no hero. Trust me.
You kidding? Listen to those cheers, man.
From what
Decide
audience?
if you're a hero or not. They do. And
Who
they
do?
made up their mind. Whether you like it or not, you're their hero.
Who's hero?
And mine, too. It's too bad. I really wanted to fight you fair and square.
Maybe someday, Zack.
I really can't wait for Kingdom Hearts 3 and actual crowds in the world, because it's one of the things that's always been sort of an ongoing joke that they've never quite been able to get over. Is the fact that there's all this stuff of crowds and saying, listen to them, and it's just like, who? There's nobody there. Oh dear. It's madness, it really is. But yes, before I actually go into a new world, we've still got a little bit that we can do here. At least there's a little bit that I want to do here. The first thing is shift up my Keyblade. That's alright, because obviously Terra's primary thing is his strength, not his magic, so that's alright. But yes, if we speak to Herc, we get to break the urns. The whole gist is you want to try and break more urns than Herc. I will say that I don't have the best moveset for this. I'm still gonna, you know, rock it, but it's definitely not the best setup I could have possibly gone with. As I progress, particularly when I do Venom Story and definitely an Aqua Story, you will see a much more effective strategy in terms of dealing with this. I mean, basically, it is a good thing to try and win this if you can, because if you beat Herc in terms of breaking the urns, then you can get the rather awesome Sonic Blade. Obviously, you know, we have actually got Sonic Blade, so it's not as big a reward as it perhaps otherwise would be, but it's still pretty awesome because, I mean, look, we've destroyed over 100 and Herc's really struggling to catch up. I mean, he can, and if you're not careful, as you can see, he will overtake you. So you've just got to be that little bit careful, otherwise it'll all go completely tits up. But with my stroke of luck there, I did manage to just clutch a victory, which I am quite proud of. So while we didn't need that extra Sonic Blade, I will happily take it. And while I don't actually need to do any more fighting because we've pretty much got everything, I do just want to level up a few of my commands, because I want to kind of keep melding and it's all fun, and also really it just makes sense to just have a little bit more fun in terms of taking everything down. Because why the hell not? And also it's a bit more time in Olympus Coliseum, which just means that I get to say how much I bloody love the film Hercules. It's great. I mean, one of the things that probably does disappoint me slightly is that Josh Keaton isn't actually the singing voice of young Herc, but that's fine. The other guy does a damn decent job, and I just love Go the Distance. It's really a wonderful song, and oh my god, it's a lot of buckle bruises. Jesus! When there's a lot of them in a row like that, I kind of just start to tense up a little bit because my brain just goes, oh god, it's far too many, far too many. That's the moment when you need things like Mind Square or Zero Gravera. What else is there? Aero, that family. But yes, kind of, yeah, the key reason I wanted to level up a bit there was because I wanted to do Bizarra, and I believe it's a pulsing crystal. Because what this will do is it'll give me second chance, which is one of those moves which is really, really bloody useful. Because what second chance does is, I believe it's either second chance or once more, but they're the two that it'll leave you with 1 health from either a fatal blow or if you get stuck in a combo. So they will help. Also, 300 jelly shades that we've got to kill as quickly as possible. Now, once again, I probably don't have the best moveset for this, but that's okay. I wasn't necessarily expecting to, and to be fair, we're just gonna have fun with this and also just be like, oh, we're getting pushed around by some jelly shades, because why the hell not? Pretty much what you want for this is you want like more Thunder Surge moves, you want kind of quite powerful area of effect magic, Just anything that can cut through these guys like there is no tomorrow. I believe if you have a... I'm pretty sure Terra will have a variant of it, but Aqua can get a version of her dodge, cartwheel, which you can get a fire wheel, so that's a fire, and so you can just sort of roll through these guys. Ven has a thunder roll. I'm not quite sure what Terra has, but yeah, that took me a very long time. And clearly I do not have the moves to deal with that right now. There's a few of Terra's versions of the Unversed challenges that I tried out, didn't do so well on. I am actually going to show you successful runs of all of the Unversed challenges right towards the end of the playthrough, but that's right towards the end of the playthrough. I still haven't actually done all of them yet, so I've got to make sure that that does actually work out. But I'm stubborn enough that, and because I've gotten so far into it, that I'm determined that I will get them all. It will just be a case of actually making sure that I do the last one. But that's fine. Now, I will say this area can get a little bit annoying because it's quite big, which is great, but for some bizarre reason, sometimes the enemies don't load in properly, or they don't seem to want to load in properly. It's not like this bit, the bit of the Colosseum that we've always known and loved. It's just everything else. And I hope, really hope, that this is sort of the beginning of me realising that D-Links are very helpful, and also you do really want to, level them up along with your commands, because they give you extra bonuses. I mean, the one that I would say, there's two particular D-Links that are the most helpful, and that would be Mickey Mouse, and a character that we haven't met Mickey in Terra's story, we're not going to, which is why I feel okay mentioning his name. The other one we're actually going to meet in the next world, which makes me really, really, really happy, because it's one of my favourite Disney characters of all time. So I'm totally alright with that. And those two are particularly helpful because what they have is they, on their most powerful move, allow you to have double experience points. Obviously, really super helpful. And yeah, I'm not going to be able to do anything else past me. You've kind of buggered up your chance of switching D-Links, so merge some enemies, you might get enough, but you're not going to have enough enemies to deal with it, so tough. But it's all good because we're basically at the end of our time in the Olympus Coliseum now, so that went over quite quickly. I mean, pretty much every run to Olympus is quite quick in the grand scheme of things, so that's all quite nice. But also we've leveled up to level 22, so we're making good progress in terms of our levels and all that jazz. But I think that's probably enough faffing about for one day. Let us head on off.